Your old videos here, but you base be the glory.
Who that what? Who that? Who that what? Who that what? Who that what? Who that? Who that what? Who that what? 28 what? Who that? Hold that what? Who that what? Free bags what? Who that? Whoa, slim.
Welcome back to Who That 242. I'm your host Tim A. This is episode 18. Shout out to my sponsors: Collect 242, The Bear of the Bahamas, Cause Light, Made to Chill, Ricardo Rum, Unique Behemoth. So we have a unique behemoth here. My homie Erin Reign. You know, she used to the mic, so saying she big introduction. You know, but the point of Who That is to get into who you are.
Yes.
Who you are. So let's go way back into time. So
way
Erin,
back? How far back?
All the way back. So Erin, how did you get? I don't know what the actual. Let's start with music. So music. Talk to me about your intro into music. Like when did you start?
Okay. Well, I try to make the story short because honestly, it's kind of lengthy. Kinda.
We have time.
Really look at it.
Don't mind that she come late because her nails is taking a little while.
Oh, come on, man. Come on to me.
I had to. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, big up my girl Pink Fleur still on the nails. But actually, I started when I was 12 years old because with my brother, he did music. Mm-hmm. And so I was always inspired by just watching him. Like after he recorded a song, he would come by us. Like, he'd come by my mom and my sisters, them. And he always would just turn the music up loud in the car. So he held the bass. And he had so much excitement when he would finish a song, like when he come from the studio, instantly to play it for us. And so it just motivated me. And I'm like, I want to be able to do that one day. So 12 years old, I showed him that I had interest in it. So basically he took me in the studio and he actually started writing for me and everything. And I was recording. So I know, like, of course, my high school friends remember this. My first song was like, "Baby, would you shine like diamonds and pearls? Baby, would you taste like strawberry swirls?" Anyhow, it's a kid song.
Really, that's a kid song.
Yeah, the first.
Which would taste like okay.
Anyhow, it's a kid song. We're gonna keep it safe and just say that. But so just after that, basically, it was like, okay, my other sisters, they saw he was taking me to the studio. They got jealous. Mm-hmm. They want to go to the studio too. So we actually created a group called Red Dynasty. And I'm pretty sure you can still find us like on YouTube, Red Dynasty, REDDYNASTY.
Nice.
And you can still find like some videos that we actually posted up. So Ludacris actually had a website around that time called WeMix.com. And basically it was just like artists from like, internationally, all over the world, globally, just trying to compete for this big prize. And the prize at the end of the day was to be able to professionally record a song in his studio in LA. So it was between us and this other group because we had like, La La and like different celebrities that would like, send voice notes because they had like this thing where, I don't know, like where different celebrities or whoever wanted to send a message to you to encourage you, to just keep pushing. So we had La La and like other celebrities basically just like, encouraging us to keep pushing, seeing that we are a group of females from the Bahamas. Right. So yeah, it was 4 of us in the group.
And all your sisters?
Yeah, all our sisters. Oh, so nice, it was me. I was T-Baby at the time because I was the youngest. And my sister was Honeybee. I think it was Tats. And I can't remember my sister's name. Batisha the Diva.
Hashtag T-Baby.
Yes, T-Baby. So we all was in this group. And it's basically, on the website and everything. So it became between us and this other group. And we was going head to head to see who's going to win this prize. And in that moment, I think Ludacris, basically he wanted to speak to us on the phone. So everyone was at school taking BGCSE exams. Wow. And I was the only one at 12 years old who was available. And, at 12, you sound like a kid. Yeah. You know nothing about the music business. You're just being thrown in the studio and you're just working. So when I spoke to Ludacris on the phone, and he's like, oh, it doesn't sound like you're the person who's writing the lyrics. And so then my brother had to talk to him, who's our manager at the time. And my brother had to talk to him and let him know that, of course, like he is helping us out, but it's really my older sister's them. So I don't know what happened. I know the website went down, it crashed, and it just was like, no one really won the prize at the end of the day, which really,
That sucks.
It really did suck. But it's like, it kept me wanting more. Because not saying that it's so easy to get in the business, but it showed me that it's not really that hard.
Yeah.
Once you work hard at it. So at 14 years old, like, from there on, I just was writing my own music. So my brother's like, hey, y'all want this, y'all gotta do it yourself. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I asked him, like, how do you rap? So he just, like, basically, like, told me, he's like, you just rhyme and metaphors and whatever else. So I literally used to just go online every day and study how to rap. And I was 14 years old, I think, when I really was writing my own like freestyles and trying to put it together. I had like a notebook and everything. And then one of my friends, I think at 16 years old, I let her have my first rap. And it's like, I know it started like I'm the T-O-tistical popping off your ventricles.
So you still was T-Baby at this point?
Yes, I was still T-Baby. But when I went in the studio to record with the guy that we was originally recording with when I was 12 years old, and he was like, I need to change my name because it's obvious I'm growing, I'm more mature. So I said, okay. Then that's when we started using my middle name, which is Erin. And he was like, man, he's thinking about adding the Reign to it. And I was like, Tabitha Reign. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Wow. Tabitha's my first name. Please don't use that against me. Please. Like, just leave it there. And I was like,
I won't go ahead. I won't take it against you.
Yes. But I'm like, Tabitha Reign does not sound good. And I was like, Erin Reign. And he was like, that might be it. So like from then, I was 16, we just stuck with the Erin Reign. And so I'd say basically just pushing the dream from there. So that's really how it got started.
So you brought us to the point where my first segment always is called like, they nickname is Silver Bullet.
Oh.
So I always ask my guests for their nicknames, but you don't out yourself with your real name. But talk about any other nicknames you have other than T Baby Erin. Is there anything else that people call you?
Tabby.
I mean that fits. That
Yeah, I feel like Tabby. Like it's nothing but it's outrageous.
Yeah.
You know, because of Erin. Nothing else. I mean, I see there's someone who has this new nickname for me right now. It's the Bohemian Barbie. I don't know.
Is it because
I don't know because my hair's blonde.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, okay, that edgy Barbie look. I don't know. But so.
I mean,
Other than that, it isn't
I
really
feel like
much
we 10 years too late for that now. It's just that era
Yeah,
going.
But I just was saying. But other than that, I don't really get much, crazy nicknames or whatever.
So 16, 17, so now you're now officially Erin Reign. What's the next step after that? Now that you actually graduate high school, like what's next for you?
Well, I mean, when I graduated high school and everything, it was like, okay, I had this dream I wanted to pursue. So it's like, okay, how exactly am I going to go about it? So I was a person that always wanted to plan everything. And after I think I graduated at 16 from high school, I was like, man, I want to live my life. So I literally partied for 2 years. And I got tired of it. I was like, this is in Freeport.
Right.
I'm from Freeport, Grand Bahama. And so I partied in Freeport for maybe about 2 years. And after I got tired, and I'm like, you know what? It's time to really knuckle down and really decide what I truly want to, at least how I really want to get to that point. So I decided to go to college, decided to really work hard. So I had 2 jobs, going to school, just working.
What did you
completely,
study?
Marketing.
Okay.
And anything any direction I went or any path I took, it was for music. So I literally said, okay, I can study marketing so I can know how to market my music. And then I was bartending at the time. And it's like, okay, I'm bartending, I can meet more people, introduce them to my music. Everything was music related. I'm doing this for my music. I'm doing music. So it's everything was music related. And even just every step that I took with it. So basically, and I started working with a radio station because when I was bartending at the time, my cousin came in and she was like, hey, I heard Mix 102.1 station in Freeport is hiring. I think you should apply for it. And I'm like, okay. I'm going to go. And I'm going to get the job. And I went in and I got the job. So I'd say it really started me off with really getting out there more public speaking and I guess being more of a public figure. So I really started.
Because you was in everyone's ass basically every day.
Yes. So it was something new. And like I said, I bartended. I worked at Mix 102.1 and I went to college.
So this was UB or you did online?
Oh, no. I physically went there. College of the Bahamas, not University of the Bahamas.
Yeah, so we showing our age because
exactly.
I too attended COB.
Let me change it. I was University of the Bahamas.
I too attended COB.
COB.
So COB radio.
Yes.
And bartending. So that's I feel like a good balance of meeting people and.
Who is a balance of meeting people, but it was long. When I tell you those days was long, and it was just I just was saving every day. I would save, and I really had plans, honestly, to move to the U.S. And me and my bank teller at the time, literally, he knew when he see me walking in with a little black bag. Well, it wasn't little, a black bag. We about to count. We about to count some money that day. So it's I just really was, just working hard, doing what I had known to do, doing what I thought, would really get me out.
During this time that do you make any music at all, or still was just?
Oh no, I still was making music, but I still was trying to figure out exactly how to go about it because I was kind of focused on school, and I was like, you know what? Because I'm so focused on school, let me just take a step back from music. But I realized, with taking a step back, I think it's maybe a year and a half, I started to get super depressed. Yeah. Because I'm this is my passion. I'm taking myself away from something I truly care about. Although I'm doing the things that's going to eventually help it, I felt completely crushed because I want to focus on school, and it's focusing on that and not really showing any attention or any love towards my real passion. It really just had me in a dud. It really had me depressed for a while. So it was then I decided, okay, my brother, we started working together and we decided all right, okay, well, now it's time to do music. So he gave me this instrumental, and that's when I came up with my first song, Paycheck. And Paycheck literally came from a Cardi B line, which is crazy.
That's about, I think that's 2018 you dropped that?
Yeah, 2018, I dropped it. And I listened to, it was a Cardi B song I was listening to at the time. And I was like, because she said something, but my bag costing your lifestyle or your paycheck. And I was like, oh, bags cost your whole paycheck. Wrist cost your whole paycheck. Because now I'm thinking, I'm like, we literally do purchase things that cost someone's paycheck.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's, you know what I mean? It's catchy, it's dope. So I basically, you know, just went with it from there. I shot the video on Freeport as well. Shout out to Madcap. My family, always love them. But it's like once I did that, it just took off. Like literally the song was everywhere. Everyone loved it. They loved the video shoot and everything. And we really just had fun with it. And also I have to shout out to my Trina at the time, Joelle, because basically my sister was like more of my hype girl. So she was working along with me anytime I did a performance or anytime like I just need her to be there, whether it was for support or in a video or anything. And our Trina, Joelle, who she had introduced me to, because he's a celebrity. He was a celebrity trainer because he's from New York. And he literally coached me and said, okay, and it's telling me like, okay, what to say, how to act, what to do to get where you want to be. And that's how like we just end up getting connected with other people. Because I know when Ice Billienberg, when he came to Freeport, I was able to link with him because of the persons at Madcap where I shot my video. And so they reached out to me because they wanted to get some girls for the video. Now, honestly, Freeport's a tough market to say, hey, we want to get some video girls. Everyone was so shy. Maybe it was like 2 girls that probably came out. And I don't even think they used them for the video. So they used me and another girl they had over from Miami. And so from there on, we was hanging out with Ice Billienberg them, and we had a great time. Like, the vibe was good. And so it seems as though from that point on, once I said, this is what I want and I'm going to completely focus on it, like, everything was just leading in the direction. So, like, my sister, like, I love her. Because it's like every week something new was happening. Whether we're meeting NFL players, whether we're getting connected to other artists in the game, whether we're meeting people like who's close to Lil Wayne, who have this contact, like every week something new was popping up. So I'd say that was the step from there once I graduated.
So before we get to the next thing, our next sponsor, Ricardo Rum, their tagline is uniquely Bahamian.
Yes.
So what is your uniquely Bahamian thing to do? Mine is I like to eat comforters and drink sky juice. That's my
You won't be like me.
Trust me, this is episode 18. There's physical evidence that I've been saying this for 18 weeks. There's physical evidence.
Okay, for me, my uniquely Bahamian thing to do, well, I love Kakong. Kakong's definitely my favorite. I love my Bahamian slang.
How we talk.
How we talk. No, for real. Especially like, I know, I love the speech. I love the slang. I love everything about it. And on top of that, one thing, I mean, this is something I don't think nobody really knows, but I love how, you know, the Bahamian man drive. Like, you know, that bad boy driving. They just, they just sit back in the car. They just lean in. So yeah.
So gents, if you drive, if you pass on the road,
you can see me in the car sitting, slow down, blasting my music, just. So I'd say I copied that from the Bahamian man. I'm just saying, but I love it though. I love it.
So you finished college, you're working the radio still, into the music. You're a video girl somewhat. What caused you to move to Nassau?
Well, once I started working at a radio station, Mix on 2.1. I'm like, you know what? Anything I do, I want to attempt to be the best at it. So I was like, hey, why would I just want to stop here? You know? And then it's like, let me move to Nassau. My sister, we had the conversation because we started meeting so many people and everyone was asking us to come to the Bahamas. Like, we want to come to the Bahamas. We've never been. So we literally had this whole game plan to set up a business, up everything when we come here. Like, and so we just say, hey, like in 2 weeks, she's like, let's just move to Nassau. No, one day we had discussions like, we're going to move to Nassau. She moved in a week and I moved in 2 weeks. And so we just...
The same sister I worked with?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it's like 2 weeks we just popped up and we moved to Nassau. Well, she moved ahead of me. And then I came after her and then it was just like, yeah. So I honestly didn't even think I would have really gotten back into radio, which is crazy. It was only when I was working along with DJ Crank. Shout out to Crank. And I asked him, I was like, hey, you know any radio stations that are hiring? And then, like, he called off a few, whatever. And then, so I basically just was, once he had connected me with certain people, then that's when I got back into it. But I really had no idea that I was going to.
So talk to me because that spot at Jams, that's like a legendary spot.
It is.
That's for
It
me.
is.
So talk to me about being able to now wear that crown. You know, how heavy is the head that wear the crown?
Okay, well, let's talk about the start of wearing the crown, trying to wear this crown. I'd say it was super tough. And even, Jatande Thunder, he literally was just like hugging me today. And he's just like, oh, how far I've came. And it made me want to cry too because it makes you, it makes you look back and you're like, wow. Like my hairstyle was even different then. I think I still was like, working my little Remy and everything then. And then I saw like my natural hair and everything. So it was still like, I was still trying to find myself. Because I tell people this, and no offense to Freeport in any kind of way, but Freeport is a place where, you're born and raised and you don't really truly feel like you can be yourself. Mm-hmm. Like you do not know who you are. And I felt as though once I stepped foot here in Nassau and everyone just was themselves. Didn't matter if they was in corporate, if they wasn't in corporate, it's like they didn't care. Everyone is themselves. They telling you what it is. They being raw. Yeah. And that was the first time I've seen that. I was like, wow. Oh, okay.
This how we get out of here.
That's how y'all carry on, okay? And it made me want to really find out who I am and made me want to be more of me. Mm-hmm. So with that, and of course being in radio, I found it difficult trying to find myself with it. But once I took a step back, I took a breather, I really got comfortable. I started being in different environments, which allowed me to find out and say, hey, this is who you are. Stand on this. Put your foot down on this. This is what this means to you. Say that. Mm-hmm. And so once I became more stern, I'm like, yeah, this is me. Mm-hmm. But at the beginning, of course, you had your persons calling in like, oh, we're not really liking you on the radio. We're not really interested in this. Bring back old girl. Like,
of course, yeah.
Different things. But I'd say after time had passed, everyone, honestly, I grew to just like me more. And I think I grew with it. So I'd say we kind of grew together because I grew on them and then they grew on me, especially with the Facebook Live. I think us going live on Facebook during that Eat to the Beat hour that allowed people to connect with me more because you can see me now. They're commenting. We're interacting through the comments. So it just allowed people to get just a little bit inside of who I am and just a little bit closer to me. Mm-hmm.
That's a good story. I've always heard people saying, come from Freeport, oh, you're not people too fast. It's actually cool to hear how you say you've basically, you found yourself coming out of that environment, coming here.
So
that's pretty dope.
I say, no offense, but I was very I was held back a lot until I came here.
So our last one, so the cowbell collect, the Bell Mama. So me, I said Soca Man, so I like my collect platinum. How about you? What's your favorite collect?
My favorite collect? Honestly, I love the collect. The cranberry is one of my favorites, but I like the mango too. Okay. Yeah.
So that was so good because right before the pandemic, you used modeling. These
yes. I am so mad. I am so mad because I was super excited because I know at first I actually was going to. Well, I was interested in a number of things, but being in Carnival, I was like, oh yes, I get to put on the costume. It was my first time.
And you could really express yourself.
Yes, because I think I moved to Nassau in 2018.
That was year 3 by that point.
Exactly. And so it was like, okay, I wasn't able to, do Carnival or anything yet. So it's like, I see everyone talking about it, so I'm like, I want to experience this. I want to do Carnival. So once I made that decision, and of course I joined on with Enigma. I have my costume. She's with the other people, but whatever. Haters.
Shout out to my other people, my Enigma folks. Shout out to Darren and Leslie.
Goodness. Yes, but honestly, I had a blast. For the activities that did take place, I had a blast with it. Being on stage and everything, dancing with the girls. Just meeting new people, making new friends. Because that was the thing for me here too. It's like when I came here, I knew no one. I literally was just completely lost. Like it was just me. Yeah. Just there. And so the fact
coworkers and the sister, that's it.
Yeah, basically. But it wasn't even like coworkers because you want to be so careful with who you mingle with at first, But I'd say so basically just getting into it was like you meet new people. It just was a blast. We was on stage. We did our photo shoots and I was like, okay, I'm ready for the road for real. Until the road never came.
This COVID come and shut down everything.
So
did you get to go to the Bubble last week?
Bubble, yeah, of course I went to the Bubble Fest.
I was in Freeport, so I didn't get to.
You was in Freeport.
I missed the Bubble. I had to go for the Kristen and situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you missed the Bubble Fest, and you being a Soca fan,
I didn't watch No One's Stories.
You should bring the baby to the Soca
That's
party.
time we told. Yeah, I didn't watch No One's Stories at night. So when I see Flash Up, I see we having the last Blackout ever. The finale.
Oh, I saw that.
The last Blackout ever. I know some other things come. I can't talk it yet, but some other New Year's Day parties coming back, and so it's supposed to be a lit December.
I know, and this is what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, we've literally been shut down
for basically 2 years.
For basically 2 years, and I think we're gonna literally go. I think we're gonna get all of that time that we was inside back in a month.
So now I understand why they call the 20s the Roaring 20s, because the Spanish flu happened in 1918.
Yeah.
And then people had the same type of situation. And then that's why, so now I feel like people have the Roaring 20s again. People to be lit these
I know, I think so. I've been seeing Fly. I literally
like
have
light vibes
joke.
Back.
Yes. I literally have this joke right now because I'm seeing Flyer every weekend, almost every day. Just a new flyer dropping. I said, at this point, if somebody send me another flyer, you got to buy my outfit for the night. I can't do it.
Just rude.
Just rude for real.
So being a relatively newbie into the Bahamian music industry, tell me how's it been like mingling and working with your peers, like not just rap, but like the Rican Strapes and the rock and the R&B. Like, what's your music relationships like with other artists?
Other artists, it's great. Honestly, I'd say it's been for me, it's been pretty phenomenal. Like, I'm an easy person to talk to, and I try to tell people that like, it's not if you're gonna walk up to me, I'm like, hey, stay away. So it's like, I think for the most part, it's been good. Everyone has been genuine so far. And I just like that. I like the fact that, we're able to discuss things on a level where I'm able to support you. You can support me. It's no hard feelings. So I really, honestly, I've been having a great experience so far. And I'm excited to, of course, showcase more of my music because I recently released my freestyle, Go Off. And it took me a while to release that. And, people were like, oh, why are you so quiet for so long? And I try to tell people without getting emotional. That you got to be real with yourself in life. Sometimes you're going through traumatic situations and you can't tell people until you're over it. You're like, hey, I had a scare. I'm good now. Yeah, I was like depressed for a while. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to release it and how to deal with my emotions and whatever I was dealing with at the same time. So with me finally getting over that, it's like, okay, it's game time.
Because you did say when you released there's some stuff over 2 or 3 years that's been, you said different management, a bunch of different things.
Yes, there was a lot of situations when it came to music. You're like, okay, you're part of the wrong team. You don't mix family and business. And it's just a lot that took place with it. So it's just the fact that, okay, I'm now back and I'm super excited because sometimes you really do have to realize in life, hey, this path was not meant for everybody. It was meant for you solely to walk on.
So what's next? You have a new mantra now? Do you have an album coming out? You still want to do more freestyles? What's the plan for 2022?
The plan for 2022. Well, let's finish 2021 off.
So
let's just be strong with it. Let's take it day by day.
So today's December 1st. So you said we still have 30 more days left in the year. So you still have more stuff to come. What you're trying to tell me?
Yes. Okay. I'd say the biggest thing right now what I have to come is this. Well, like I said, I recently released Go Off. So be sure to check it out on all platforms. And as well as I have another freestyle I'm about to drop. Possibly a week and a half, 2 weeks max. And then my biggest thing, what I really want to do, my biggest project I want to do, I mean, we're outside and everything, the country's a bit more open. So I think people are more open to the idea of it. I really want to shoot a music video with like everyone in it. Nice. Like everyone is welcome to come out. Yeah. I already have the song like in preparation and, I think a lot of people are going to vibe with it. I think it's super catchy. And I think everyone's just going to love the fact that, hey, it's like no discrimination come out. Like, because everyone's always asking me, hey, so why you didn't have me in the video? Why you didn't have me in the video? And I'm like, most times when you're shooting a music video for people who aren't in the field, and everyone says they're coming out, they more likely don't come out.
If 100 say coming out, 5 coming.
5 coming, for real. But if I invite everybody out, I feel like, and you make it a party, where it's like free rum, music, you got the DJs, you got a good vibe going.
Have a party.
Exactly. You got to have a party to a music video.
We have a all wax party. So the order
all
say
wax,
you're going to be all waxed.
All wax
So I
party.
couldn't you get there with talk about your Netflix. You talk about the Netflix and talking
yes.
about that.
Okay, well, that was a good experience, being able to be on Netflix in the movie Dolphin Kick. And it's like I shot it, that was years ago. That was some time back. We had shot that. I know I had my Honda at the time. And every time I watch the movie, I'm like, oh, gosh.
The car.
Like, you got to go back and, like, the memories.
So how did you get up in the situation? How did you get in it?
Okay, well, I was bartending at the time. I was at Agave in Freeport. Shout out to my Agave family. Will always be my family. So I was bartending at the time there. My boss said, some persons were coming in to shoot. They would want to shoot, like, a film. And so he said, you think I should, go ahead and audition for it? I'm like, okay. Me, I'm like, it's an opportunity. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. So I literally walked in. I think Philip Marlatt. Yeah, he's from the Game of Thrones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he acted in the Game of Thrones, and he's a great actor. Like literally, I'm doing my audition, and he said something to me, and I was like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Oh no!" Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't talking to me. Like he was acting something. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. Yeah. So when I actually had acted, because I did like a lot of plays when I was younger, like for normally Christmas Day, my family used to force you to study lines and do plays. Shout out to my aunt Edith. I think she really helped me with this one. So when I had auditioned for it with them, they're like, "Oh, you're really great." And they felt as if that they molded me more, I would have been like, superb for it. Yeah. So they actually didn't even have a role in the play. I mean, they didn't have a role in the film, but they created a role for me. Nice. So they were actually going to name the role Tabitha, and I was like, "Can you change it to Erin?" So I'm like, the fact that they had made it, like, you know what I mean, gave me a role to play in it. That's so steady enough for me.
I ever watched it. I wanted to interview first before I watched it. You have a good amount of lines in it, or?
Well, yeah. The thing with it is, I think I was married. No, I was like, fiance. Okay. I was someone's fiance. I had a baby. It's on the way. Thank God I'm not going to real life. But I had a baby that, we were expecting. And I was just a fiance of a captain. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you'll see a few lines with me in it. And
acting credits to your name.
I look so different in it. Like, oh my gosh, I had a sew-in at the time, and the sew-in was not the best sew-in because I did not think it was going to make it to Netflix. And when my mom watched it,
she was like,
and my niece watched it, like, my niece like, "Oh my gosh, look at Annie Tabitha." And then my mom, she's like,
"Can you fix it?
Yes.
Like a payment.
She's like, come on, Mom. Come on, you go on Netflix like this? Why you would do that?
That's dope because I know it takes a while sometimes for certain rights to get bought by like Netflix would see something and say, "No, let me buy that and put it on the platform." So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So do you foresee or looking to have more of that in your future, like some films?
I think, of course, I'm definitely interested in it. I'm just like, okay, exactly how do I get back into it? But I'm pretty sure I really will. I'm pretty sure I will.
Yeah, go to these film festivals and say, "Hey, I was in this," so if you want, gotta...
Yeah. But I know something is definitely a door's gonna open up when it comes to acting.
So before we begin, let's let people know where they can find you, listen to your music, follow you, when they can listen to you on the radio, where they can connect with Erin.
Connect with me. Okay, well, definitely you can find me. Talking to the door.
You can talk to the people now.
All right, so of course you guys can find me on all social media platforms. Instagram, Erin Reign Official. It's ERINREIGNOFFICIAL. You can find me on Facebook, Erin Reign. I see everyone's been adding me on Facebook, so continue to add me as well.
Thanks to the 100 Jams, I guess.
Yeah. Follow my fan page as well, which is much better so I can stay connected with you. What else is there? And then also check me out on YouTube, Erin Reign, ERINREIGN. I just released my latest freestyle, Go Off. So definitely look out for more music because I do have another freestyle called Get They.
You can cuss. Well, you can cuss. I said get their ass.
Yeah, I'll let Timmy say
Get their ass. Okay.
Yes, but be sure to tune in with me from Monday to Friday on 100 Jams from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At 10:30, I normally update your playlist with some new music. If you're not keeping yourself up to date, I got you. 11:30, Chat Rap. We talk about your hot topics in the media, your hot gossips. If you ever have anything you want, if you ever have anything like you see first and you want me to talk about it, you can be sure to send it to me. 12 o'clock is E to the B time. And 1:30 is when we actually discuss local topics. All right. So be sure to watch me 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on 100 Jams.
So what are you listening to right now?
Music I'm listening to? Well, I'm on Dolph. I listen to Dolph every day. Dolph, yeah. When I tell you, when I literally read that he passed, I was like, oh no. Like literally, I was waiting. And I've been connecting myself, been networking with people in the business. But he is one person I said, if I had signed to anyone, I'd sign to him. Yeah. Reason being is because I know what I can learn from him. Like he literally is one of those artists, one of the few of the artists that made it from the ground up.
Yeah.
And independent. He owns his music.
Yeah.
And you don't saying that's almost unheard of. It's difficult for a lot of artists to do, but the fact that someone did that, I was like, I have to meet him. So when he passed away, I sat in my car and I cried. So I listened to his music like all day today. So I'm on Dolph 100 shots. Large amount. But I say those two right now. But some of my favorite songs actually right now is Willow Smith. Can you catch a vibe? Baby, are you ready for the ride? That's one of my favorite songs right now.
I had listened to Masego and the new Wale.
The new Wale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the culture. The
Yes, I love a new Wale, but I love the fact that Big Sean is back on the scene.
Yeah.
So Loyal to a Fault is my song. Loyal to a Fault is my song.
So let's get episode 18. Thank you, Erin, for sliding through when she finally reached. I had to say it with my
Man,
side.
come on, man. You know, it wasn't even me.
Yeah.
It wasn't even me.
Show off. So,
It wasn't even me.
But shout out to Collect, Ricardo Ram, Cause Light, and your boy Timmy, and stay tuned for more. Who that?
Be the glory.
Hey.
Who that? What? Who that? Who that? What? Who that? Wait. Who that? What? Who that? Who that? Wait. Who that? What? 28. What? Who that? Hold that.